Now, it's probably fair to assume that most of us want to be happy. Of course we do. But what actually makes us happy? That is the focus of a new Aussie documentary, dissecting the forces driving and indeed distorting our joy, or our pursuit of joy.
We're being signaled all the time to be afraid.
Loneliness is the new cancer.
People's diet quality was linked to their risk of developing depression.
I'm a born depressive, but I try to choose to be happy.
Well, there's a lot of problems with pursuing happiness too much. You know, you end up monitoring it too much, like, am I happy yet?
We're becoming further and further detached from the reality of what will make us happier people.
What is happiness?
Indeed.
It's called, indeed, yeah, it makes you think, food for thought. It's called The Definition of Happiness. It's now streaming on Prime Video after debuting at the Melbourne Documentary Film Festival back in July. And the filmmaker Tim Elwin is with us now. Good morning to you, Tim. Thanks for being with us.
How you doing? Thank you.
Do we need to rethink about happiness and what makes us happy?
We do, unfortunately. You know, we've been told that happiness is a destination, right? That once we get happy, hooray, I've made it type thing, and it just doesn't work that way. There's a thing called hedonic adaptation, and it's about when we chase dreams and things like a new car or a house or a holiday, for example. You go on this long holiday, you've saved up for it, you go on the holiday, when you get back, how quickly do you forget about that holiday, right?
Makes you feel worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because it's like we do have these conventional metrics of happiness, right? You mentioned there a holiday or material wealth, buying a home, social validation, external achievement. How does that conflict with the science of what makes us happy?
Yeah, so we're told that materialistic things, you know, even gold, like you were just talking about, should make us happy, right? But unfortunately, fortunately, it's more about the often free things that are out there, and it's about purpose, it's about connection, and it's really about looking after yourself, not just physically, but mentally as well.
Yeah, it's quite serendipitous. We had the story about people queuing up for gold right before this interview. You open up in the film about your own recovery. You had a near-fatal accident. So tell us about that. How did that make you reassess your idea of happiness?
Yeah, look, it was thrusted upon me, like this gratefulness. I woke up with this, literally woke up with an epiphany of being so grateful to be alive, so grateful to be in a country where we have surgeons smart enough to reattach my leg that was off. But I also had, you know, it's been a long road of recovery, and the resilience that I got from working through the pain, which I still get, has been great. But I actually find the main thing that I've gotten out of this is that it's just put a refocus on my goals, on what I actually chase for. And where I used to just chase success, money, etc., I now chase time. Time with my family, time doing the things that I love doing.
Well, let's hone in on that, because am I right, and this is obviously a generalisation, of course, but am I right in saying that some of the solutions to being happy are quite simple in a way? They're around us. It's the food we eat. You talk a lot about water in the film, so your surroundings as well, things that are, I guess, in front of us, but quite easy to miss.
Yeah, I call it microdosing happiness. So instead of going chasing those long dreams that might not end up giving you the volume of happiness that you thought it was going to give, is if you start actually being more present in the everyday and seeing and noticing things like the sun on your face and, you know, feeling that warmth and acknowledging it, or listening to a good song, just going, I see how this song makes me feel happy. Things like that. For me, yes, it's the ocean. I'm lucky I live by the ocean, so I get in it every day. But there's a thing called positive feedback loop. I start these things as early on in the day as possible, and it sets the mind in this frame of looking for more things that'll make me happy.
You start on a high.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't claim to solve everything in this film, and I guess one can't, but what do you hope people take away from it?
Look, I hope people can just stop and reevaluate what they're chasing. You know, we're always being told that we're meant to compare what we've got, you know, or what we don't have with what we actually have. Be grateful for what you've got, but just be a little bit nicer to yourself and just take some time to notice those little things each day that can give you a bit of happiness.
Stay happy. It's great to hear you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's a great interview. This is Tim Elwin, their filmmaker. The film is called The Definition of Happiness. It's streaming now.